Kalen DeBoer has his first commitment as Alabama players leave. Told you guys the transfer portal works both ways. Also added a new coach to the staff, and he won an award. So not a bad day yesterday for Alabama's new coach. We're going to talk about that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Glad to have all of you guys with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up as we try to roll past 4,000 subscribers. All the roll tides matter. Let's get this thing started. Roll Tide, everybody. What do you say? And welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. There he is. You know him. That's Big Elmo. I'm Mick Gillispie, the Mick, if you want to call me that. At Broadcaster Mick, at Brett Elmore Show. You know him from WJLX in Jasper. And my good buddy. What's up, dude? How you been?
Hey, good morning. We finally reached above freezing yesterday. And we're in the great thaw here in North Alabama. So after a few days of being iced in, man, I'm glad to get out of the house.
Ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll.
All right, well, let's
Roll Tide to you.
And Roll Tide. And Roll Tide. I love that, the old school logo too, man.
Yeah,
it wasn't old school when I was in school, by the way. It was just school.
I like it. I mean, I love it.
I do too. All right, let me throw it up here. The first commitment for Coach Kalen DeBoer at Alabama, as all these guys roll out, they get the Wisconsin quarterback. He transfers to Tuscaloosa, Austin Mack. He's a big guy, accurate, described kind of as a Cam Newton light. He threw like 40 touchdowns and had like 5 interceptions his senior year. He's really good. I think that it was eventually going to come, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, you got Jalen Milroe, you got Dylan Laudergan, you got Julian Sayin, at least I think you do, and now you have Austin Mack. So you did have Eli Holston transfer away. So, I mean, I'm excited about a game changer like Mack on one hand, but on the other hand, I mean, wouldn't you have rather seen maybe a center or a corner or, like somebody else? Am I wrong for this?
No, I think you're sort of like me and the rest of the Alabama fans. Now, look, no, I'm glad that he got him. And I'm also glad that some of these Washington players are following him. He come from Washington. And he's a good football player. Mm-hmm. He's got 4 years left. Comes from Folsom High School in California. And the kid put up great numbers his senior year in high school. Anybody that throws for 3,500 yards and 40 touchdowns, I'll take him on the roster. That's fine.
Yeah. Plus, he's a big, tall guy too.
Yeah,
you know, like he's 6'6". So, it's been a week now, over a week since Coach Saban retired, and it's been a tough week. You know, the vultures have been flying over top of Tuscaloosa, trying to pry guys away. And it's been sad seeing some of our favorite Alabama players leave, to see that, Alabama is just like a lot of other programs. There's a lack of loyalty there to the school, but there's also, on the other hand, been some great loyalty. And when you see guys like Malachi Moore and, and Milroe and, and some of the other guys, Booker, that have decided to not only stay, Devontae Smith, the cornerback, what he had to say. I love those guys for sticking up for us, because this is a time of need at Alabama where you need some guys to step up, and it's been good to see those guys kind of fill those roles. We're going to start seeing guys come the other way. He's got some really big guests coming to town this weekend, including Jabbar Muhammad, who is a big-time prospect cornerback, and with all of these guys leaving, he stopped at Texas, and then he's coming to Tuscaloosa. I feel like DeBoer needs some wins.
Yeah, and we talked about that the other day. let me get back to that statement, and I'll talk about the weekend. But that statement about the players that are staying, yeah, I'm glad they're being vocal about and expressing how they feel about these guys transferring out. They seem to be pretty pissed off.
Yeah, right.
That these guys didn't show any loyalty and didn't finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama was so close to winning a national championship, and they hire the guy that played for the national championship, or at least coached the team that did. And I was talking to someone yesterday, and they said, how do you feel about the hire? And I said, oh, yeah, I love the hire. I said, who else you going to get, I said, this guy's got all the check marks, but got to give the guy a chance. And I think these players are, for the most part. But yeah, this weekend is big, and this is going to be a weekend that hopefully we will see those wins. You talk about the one Washington transfer that visited Texas. You also have the other guy that hit the portal from Washington, Parker Brailsford.
Yeah, the center.
Yeah, I mean, we need that guy.
Yeah, we need you. This would have been a great day for him to commit. No offense to you, Mac.
No offense. No.
But it would have been nice to, the first guy to be. We're going to snap the ball this year. That's what we're going to do.
I was hoping for a full fireworks show, but I got a bottle rocket. It's like the last shot out of the Roman candle. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Did you see this? We talked about this yesterday with Catfish. He was on, but Alphonse Taylor, Shank, he's awesome. He just said, and just your quick opinion on this, but I thought this was the best tweet of all the tweets I've seen. Players transfer every day. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is being one game away from the national championship. And instead of running it back, you transfer. On top of that, you get a coach who just was in the national championship game. It's no longer about winning. And that's how it feels to me. I mean, if I could have said it in my own words, that's what it was supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about winning. And Shank nailed it.
He's dead on. But those two Washington guys coming to visit, and I feel really
it's the same way for them, though. I mean, honestly, hey, you love to have them, but it's the same exact thing. They were right on the doorstep. Right. They played for the championship. Alabama played the team that won better than they did.
And all right, and let's okay. We got two more guys coming this weekend, and Ryan Williams from Saraland, going to try to get him to commit again, and then the edge guy Noah Carter. But all right, let's put it in a different perspective. What if Nick Saban would have left and took another job with the portal opened, and these players transferred out to go play for him? It's the same thing. Would you blame him? Probably not.
It's easier to deal with than just rolling out.
Right. But these Washington players, they love DeBoer. They went to play for DeBoer.
Right.
And, if I have a feeling that some of them will follow him. We've already seen it yesterday. So, I have a good feeling about these two that's visiting this weekend. Even though I heard that the one guy Muhammad had a great visit there to Texas.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. So they got a lot of money, but we'll see. We'll see what he's got because, this is really what he needs is some guys that know him, that are loyal to him, that get him to come and be part of this program. Because right now it maybe it's not the perception inside the building, but the perception outside the building is that Alabama is hemorrhaging their star players. All right. Well, congratulations to Kalen DeBoer. He won the 2024 Stallings Award, named after former Alabama head coach and the 1992 national champion, Gene Stallings. And to win that award, it is on-field success, charitable contributions, and community service. And it's presented by Lincoln Property Company of Dallas, Texas. So he won that not for his work at Alabama a week in Tuscaloosa, but for his work at the University of Washington, UW.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Just another honor that he, picked up from last season and his work at Washington. So congratulations to him. And in other news, I guess today or yesterday, the word getting out that maybe Alabama's trying to pluck the director of recruiting relations from Georgia, David Cooper. Word is that they're talking to him about maybe taking the same role at the University of Alabama. And he does have some ties to DeBoer. I think he played linebacker at Indiana. And he's got some ties somehow to DeBoer. But we'll see. That was some news.
We'll see. Yeah, look, they're going to need some help. They got some, though. Not only that coach, which they're working on getting, Kalen Hitschler, I believe that's how you say it, Wisconsin safeties coach and co-defensive coordinator, is apparently coming to Alabama to join the staff. And you look at his pedigree here: Philadelphia Eagles, the Kansas City Chiefs, and then South Alabama. That's a school that all of you guys know. Graduate assistant, director of football ops, safeties. Then Cincinnati. He was part of those great staffs at Cincinnati that helped that program. Eventually co-defensive coordinator. He left with Coach Fickell to go to Wisconsin, and now he comes to Alabama, where he was just co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach. And he'll, I'm sure, work with safeties in Tuscaloosa. But interesting because, this is another co. And I'm wondering, how many co's can you have? I don't know. I love co's.
Co. He looks like a co.
He looks like a co. We've got. Like a co, is he going to be a co-defense? Can you have three co-defensive coordinators?
Or maybe a co-safety coach? That kind of has a nice ring to it. I like the guy. Can you put back the where he's coached at?
Yeah.
Because I had a question. Because I was looking at it and I couldn't. I was trying to figure out early in his career, leaving the pros. Where did he coach in 2011? What is that?
Well, I tried to ignore it because I've never heard of that before. You're going to call it out.
Salve Regina. Salve Regina. Salve Regina.
Yeah. That was one of those jobs where you got that job and you're like, okay, you know what? This is a building block job. And he built it. I mean, 1 year there and then 1 year at Ridner, and then God, you guys are going to
Arkansas State. But when you go from player personnel
Widener
to the co-special teams coordinator, that's when you know you've made it.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like how a lot of these jobs are. I mean, you talk about, and seriously, it really is great having him. He's known for recruiting, great recruiter. This coaching staff that Alabama is putting together right now, heavy on educating on X's and O's, guys that know how to get people in the right positions out on the football field, right? It's a different world with what DeBoer's doing, but what you're seeing is that he likes to go for the guys that he trusts, that he knows, that know him. And so I don't have a problem with that. I just hope that Alabama has a really good weekend when it comes to bringing guys back in, because they've lost a ton of talent. And the guys that left when Nick Saban was there, I'm not as worried about them. I wish Jake Polk obviously would have stayed and not gone to Georgia, but he was leaving even before Saban. And then Caleb Downs hurts my heart. I mean, I really love Caleb Downs. And it tells you a lot about the defense, as good as they were this year, that your safety was your leading tackler by far. Alabama's probably got to, improve at the linebacker spot, attacking the football, a little bit better in that area, but Downs was just so good on the edge. And I just hope that, maybe I'm still hoping that there's a way to figure it out, but it sounds like it's between Georgia and Ohio State for him. And maybe by the time you guys are watching the video, he's already chosen, but we'll see what happens. It's right now, Brett, it's the world that we live in football. And, that's just kind of
that bad breakup with Downs, just has that feeling to it. But no,
we're still in love,
We're still in love. But But no, seriously, on the new coaching hire, what really, and true enough, jokes aside, that South Alabama, I like seeing that on there because he knows obviously the territory. So
Yeah, right. And then they needed some guys with some Southern ties.
Yeah.
A couple things before we get out of here. This show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Choctaw, Mississippi, Philadelphia, Mississippi, if you will. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours from Birmingham, not far from where Brett is, not far from where I'm at, So anywhere in Alabama, if you can go from Jasper to Fairhope, you can get to Pearl River. They've got the Timeout Sports Lounge, which is your little slice of Vegas right there in Mississippi. And it's really just a fantastic campus, I like to call it, with the Dancing Rabbit golf course, best golf course in Mississippi, the Augusta you can play. And also they always have these deals going where you go in and put some money down on the sports book and you'll even get a better deal at Dancing Rabbit, right? But sports books open, the Timeout Sports Lounge, 20 TVs with all the major games. You can wager on anything, NFL playoffs, NASCAR, college basketball, the NBA. But find out for yourself, even if you like soccer and overseas sports, they have those there as well. They've got the kiosks, they've got the personal kiosk, they got the table you can go up, and then they have the table games, and they have the slots. They got it all over there. And it's really fun. Some great restaurants as well. And we appreciate them for being part of our channel. And don't forget about our friend that likes to go by Chadwick now. We know him as Catfish on the channel, but now he's ChadwickAnderson.com. He is the guy that got me into this studio in the house I live in. He's helped over 10,000 families, and he's going to help Big Elmo here soon get into the mansion that he wants. Right. Investment consultant, Airbnb expert, and our friend Chad Anderson at This Chad Is Real. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Always great to see you, my friend. And roll tide, everybody.